My brother, great to see you. You have been busy, okay? And there are a couple of things before we get into new music. I
Yeah.
want to get into a couple of things. Number one, because we follow each other on social media.
Yeah.
Did you meet the GOAT? And when I say the GOAT, I mean she is, um, culinary, decorating, jail, all these things. And the first name is Martha.
Yeah, no, this is a real thing, man. I didn't only meet her, man. I worked with her, like I was
Wow.
hosting this event. I was responsible for this tent for a whole weekend. And she was the headliner for the tent that I was running that weekend. So I kicked it with Martha, her whole team, man. Martha Stewart made me Caesar salad and pasta straight
Oh.
off the stage. She handed it to me. I was eating it on the side of the stage. That was pretty crazy moment, man. Yeah.
What's she like? Just curious from your experience.
She was really super gracious with me, man. Super gracious. Her team was super gracious. She's as meticulous as you see her be on camera. What you see is what you get. She's not acting, she not fronting. She been doing authenticity before social media was cool with it. So she was great with me, my brother.
I'm so glad you two had a chance to meet. The other thing I want to talk about too, the
Yeah.
word journey
Yeah.
has a connection with you on something that you were involved with.
Remind me. I don't know. There's a lot of things I'm involved with.
Roger Mooking's journey.
Oh, yeah.
And I see art. I see a bunch of different things. What is that about?
Yeah, that was a magazine feature that they did a feature, a multi-page spread feature on me around the sound bites and my life around food, music, art, and culture. So that was really cool. I got some more really cool stuff coming with that magazine at the end of this year. Watch out. That's a good one. It's a good one.
The other thing too, and we kind of messaged each other about this, your old Juno Award winning band,
Yeah.
who broke ground when you guys got together. And it seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like Canadian music history is almost forgetting about what you guys have done. And it's almost like we're like, when are they getting their flowers? What is going on with this, man?
I don't know, my brother. You're in the music industry. You go talk to them. I don't chase music industry people, bro. I don't chase nobody, let them come. If they come, if they don't, that's cool. But you ask them. I have no idea, dog. I got zero idea.
But and I will do my best. But
Yeah.
when you think back in those days, like I said, you guys broke ground. You guys did a lot to the point where, well, I always talk about this. I mean, you guys opened up for James Brown. Enough said there. But
But you're
people
right.
didn't even,
Like there's a lot of things that we did. Like they
yeah.
used to call us a not Canadian enough band, and then a year later we were being marketed as the quintessential Canadian band. We were the first time ever Rap City went live to air was with Bass's Bass and Maximum Definitive. The first time an MC and a DJ, this is a fact. The first time an MC and a DJ was on a televised Junos. Bass's Bass was performing at in Hamilton at the Junos with Ashley McIsaacs. We brought out a DJ to battle Ashley McIsaacs head to head with his and the scratching and is the first time actually televised an MC and a DJ did something live on air at the Junos. That's not well documented or respected, and this is no slight to Northern Touch, and all of what those guys did is incredible. But that happened a year before, right? We were the first band in Canada to do a co-venture deal with America. First. Uh, we did a lot of firsts, my brother. You're not wrong.
And I remember that performance. I absolutely remember that
You
performance.
remember that, right? And I
I
said,
do remember
and I
that.
said on stage, this is the first time an MC and a DJ is representing hip hop. You remember that?
I remember that.
That happened. Nobody gives flowers, but It happened.
But is it because you guys haven't done a reunion of any kind? I mean, when you guys split, that was it.
I don't know why. I can't speculate why. Everybody's busy doing their thing. As you see, my life is wild and very full. So I don't look back at stuff, but whether the industry wants to give love or not, that's cool. I'm still waiting for Canda's Walk of Fame to call because I think I should be lined up on that, bro. I'm just saying. I've been outside. You know what I mean?
Well, culinary, music. I mean, you do so many things. Um, Speaking engagements. I mean, I can keep going on and on with everything that you're doing, but I think we need to get to the music. You
Yeah,
got a
definitely.
wild video. I love
What do you
it.
think of that video? What do you think of that video?
You know what? It's a throwback video, and it's one of those videos that you don't put to this, you don't have it at the side while you're working. You have to you
Yeah, there's
gotta
a lot of
watch it.
Easter eggs in that video. There's a lot of Easter eggs in that video, bro. It's like pause stuff and read stuff. Like it's interesting. Yeah.
Exactly. Let's get right into it. You know what it is? It's very much like a ride. It's a roller coaster ride when you watch it. So let's get into it. What's the
Yeah.
name of the song and video, and how's it represent your life today? And how did you come up with this video?
So the song is called Love Triangle, right? I wanted to do something really interesting around food, music, art, and culture. Continue to do stuff around that's experiential. As you know, we live in a landscape right now where, there's I think 70,000 songs being released every single day. And I think 30,000 of those 70,000 are now AI generated songs every day, right? So there's
Mhm.
just inundated. So how do you make something that's special, unique, that impacts? So my thing has always been it's got to be experiential. So I partnered with a beer company. I did custom artwork that we put on beer cans. There's a QR code on that beer can that activates the song and the video. So it's an interactive,
Wow.
immersive experience that's if you're coming to it from the music first, there's flavors and beer and stuff you could drink and smell and taste around it. So it's multisensory. If you're coming to it first from the beer, then you discover and unlock the auditory and the video for your eyes. And so everything is multi-touch, interactive and immersive and multi-sensory. So that was kind of the whole vision for the love triangle thing. And I partnered with a company called Lovebird. And so the whole thing is my motto is love only beyond this point, and my motto at Rockland's Market, what they do is called Lovebird. So we formed a love triangle. So then I was like, okay,
Wow.
let me explore all the extremities of what a love triangle is, right? So
Mhm.
I think we have love triangles within ourselves. Me, myself, and I, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. There's triangles that live within us, and there's turmoil that lives within us around those triangles. So I was kind of exploring that. I have a family friend that's going through some infidelity issues. So I was kind of like diving into exploring that whole experience that I've been observing with them. I've been looking at the love triangles of the relationships of the trifectas that we form in our lives outside of infidelity and stuff. There's triangles and trifectas form everywhere, right? If you're paying attention. So I really just wanted to dive in and explore all of the different aspects of it. And then to connect it back to the beer even further, like one beer is called Golden Child, one is called Butter Baby, one is called Holy Smokes. And if you listen to the lyrics, I say all of those things in the lyrics of the song, right? So I'm just connecting all the dots in really interesting ways. And I think great art, I operate from art first, exclusively creativity first, and then I figure out the business. I'm never strategizing business. So I just dive so deep into the art, and I think great art unravels layers the more you experience it, right? So when I'm making the video for that, I knew I wanted to do an animation thing with a gold theme that connects to the artwork that's on that I created for this whole thing. So hence all of the gold and all that stuff around it. And we're kind of living in the gold era. We got a president in the White House that likes a lot of gold. So I thought it
Yeah.
was funny to kind of play with that idea as well. Um, And the video is just like wacky performance video. It's almost like I'm a Black Max headroom inside of this crazy spinning scenario of gold love triangles, and all of these nuances. And if you pause the video, you'll see there's like parts where there's words flying by, for instance. And if you pause and you look, there's like, very pointed words that are specific to the topic that I'm speaking at that moment. So the video is just packed and loaded with so much symbolism if you care to really dive into it, and the song itself. And the
You,
song is like a lot of tension and release.
mm.
There's the chorus, which is like this plinky kind of piano, sort of like Bismarcky, just a friend, sort of, like this kind of feel that's melodic and sung. And then the rest of the beat is like there's a lot of tension, and the performance is a lot of tension. So it's kind of the tension and the release of the dynamics of triangles that we create in our life, whether they're love triangles or not.
you're one of the most intelligent people that I know. So my personal question to you is mentally, um, what did this do for you in creating this? Because you must have had so much fun
Mhm.
mentally thinking about this and then watching it actually become what it became. To me, it's almost like Dr. Frankenstein creating the monster, yelling out, he's alive, he's alive. I look at you in creating this, and you go in the same way. It's alive, it's alive.
No, this is a beautiful thing, like I want it coming out the box alive, jumping out the box alive. So I'm glad that you caught that. Like you hear some artists in interviews like, yeah, I did 15 songs in one day, and we spent 10 minutes on this beat and it blew up, like whatever. Like sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Like to create this whole thing from the visual art that you see on the labels, formulating the beer with the beer team, making the song, making the video that goes with the song, connecting all those things to make sure that they all talk and make sense together. It's 3 months, like just for this one thing, right? Um, and some, I don't count the time like that, but there's a lot of energy invested in it because, like I said, there's a lot of layers, a lot of Easter eggs, and a lot of
Yeah.
things to touch on. So I want to make sure that they talk to one another holistically and you could grasp it. But as if you dive in, you can see that there's a lot to dive into if you care to. So I just think great art has great layers, man, to it. This is why people love Kendrick Lamar. He's got like
Yeah.
quadruple on entendres on top of entendres and symbolism on top of symbolism. And that's why we love Salvador Dali, and that's why we love Basquiat, and that's why we love Erica Badu, and that's why we love Jay-Z, and that's why we love. So I just think great art is impactful, and has many layers to it, even if it's simple.
I think you need to do a short film in this style. I think that for me, I think that's the next step because as amazing as this is, it's too short. And when I say it's too short, it's almost like in a small way, we're almost robbed from the real experience of who you are and what you can create. You created something very special, but we want more of it.
Yeah, well, I'm working on, I don't know if more is great. I think
We need it longer. We need it longer.
No,
That's
I
what I'm
think
trying
it's
to say.
about I think it's about concentrating and distilling the idea so it's very
Mm,
concentrated. So it can be more and concentrated at the same time, but it could also be less and concentrated at the same time. So
true.
I'm kind of more interested in the concentrated, peach juice than the watered down peach juice. You know what I mean?
You speak the truth. What is happening now with you for the rest of as the summer is ending? We're going to the fall and winter. So what are your plans right now?
Yeah, so it's a whole bunch of stuff, man. I'm about to drop this like series I started creating, so like a short series, an online short series, this thing. So look out for that. That's gonna be fun. It's called Shut Up and Cook. So That's all I'm gonna say for that on now. So that's gonna be start rolling out. I shoot these shows in Jamaica with for Food Court Social, and I'm a head judge on that. We just came from doing a bunch of events overseas, doing a bunch of stuff around experiences. My Sound Bites exhibit is going to be moving. It's moved from Hamilton. It's going to be moving to another gallery next year. So we're moving that show right now. I just renewed my lease at Twist by Roger Mooking in Pearson Airport, so that's coming, and there may be some more shenanigans happening at the airport that you will soon find out about. My Rocklands market is cracking along beautifully. We're doing amazing retreats and getting continued support from a bunch of different parties and sponsors, and creating a whole bunch of really great community building programs that empower the community for underserved communities. So that's been amazing. My brother, my whole life is just focused around spreading love and building community in the most beautiful ways. So if you see me doing a lot, it's because I'm only doing one thing really, which is community building and trying to spread positivity, you know?
And before we end this, let's talk about with mental health. It's still a tough year for a lot of people, and as the holidays slowly start to come in, it gets harder for people just to be able to connect with the real world. What advice can you give them as we're leading into fall and winter? And we don't have all that sunlight anymore. It starts to get shorter and shorter.
Yeah, I know this very well. It's a ongoing struggle for me in my life, right? So, I think try and learn some tools. You know, for me, meditation is a key tool.
Mhm.
Art making is a key tool. So you see me doing the most, Rudy Blair. I have to do the most. You know, I'm one of those people. I have to, and the art and the creativity is one of my major tools for staying above ground, right?
Mhm.
Um, so that's really helpful for me, and I encourage anybody. You know, we're designed creators, so embrace that. When you're creating, it really helps push the demons away, you know, and rumination is one of the largest causes of deep depression and suicide, but you can also ruminate on magical things. So I encourage everybody to be kind to themselves
Yeah.
uh, and find some tools that encourage you to be kind to yourself and kind to others, you know?
One thing I've learned over the years, and it's taken me a long time, one of the biggest mistakes I've done over the years, I never lived the moment. I always had to think back after
Mm.
it was done.
So
Today,
you've
like
had
for
some amazing
example,
moments. You've had some amazing moments.
like just doing this, I'm living this moment. I'm not worrying about thinking about it afterwards. I'm enjoying this moment. And I think I know for myself, that's helped a lot. And that would be adding advice to what you just said.
Yeah, basically, it's the concept of gratitude, right? It's
Yeah.
enjoying this moment. That's what gratitude is. So I know my wife has seen a lot of success around gratitude, man. And so, you know, I have mantras that I chant in my head like sometimes 1,000 times a day,
Mhm.
right? There's certain mantras, and love only beyond this point is one of them, you know? Unbeknownst to anybody, I'm saying these things thousands of times to myself every single day. So, uh, that is also I find really helpful. You know, I found some mantras that I say that like I say them and I smile like every time. It's like it makes me smile, you know? And
Yeah.
so I kind of lean into that as much as I can because it's violent out here. Life is hard, man. It's getting exponentially so, you know?
Love and respect as always. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you
And I hope to see you soon before 2025 is over, my brother.
for sure, my brother. Respect, okay? Have a great day.